let's just dive right in. I am recording this the day before the Gemini new moon solar eclipse. This week has been intense. It's been crazy. It's been chaotic. There's been a lot of energy going around, and I wanted to give you some tips and tools and practices on how to deal with that. So stay tuned. So the month of June, we're working with Amaterasu. I have been diving deep into symbols of the goddesses like the last couple of months, and the one that keeps popping up for me is the mirror. And so I've been working with this and exploring and just kind of diving a little bit deeper to see how. First of all, why is this coming up? How can this benefit me? And that's really what I want to go into today. Like I said in the intro, I'm recording this during eclipse season. Like Mercury is at its midway point, it's retrograde. So communication, like everything just feels really heightened right now. To say that I haven't been affected would be a complete and utter fabrication. It's been rough, and I feel like the waves are, I mean, it's just emotions and everything. The thoughts of like overthinking, obsessive thoughts, just it's chaos. So, I really spent today to ground. And just tune in, not only to what my needs are, but also your needs, the collective. How can I best serve you during this time? Because I need support. I've been turning to other mentors and other people that I follow, right, for guidance and meditations because I need that. And sometimes it's best coming from somebody else, right? Because those other people, those other mentors, those other guides, friends, whoever it is, right, that you turn to in times of need, they act as our mirrors. And it's nice to have that reflected back. This whole myth of Amaterasu coming out of the cave, having her reflection, seeing her reflection, having her brilliance, her radiance, her beauty reflected back to her. I recorded a guided meditation for my patrons. If you haven't had a chance, if you're inside the monthly goddess alignment, you can check that out. It was really about, it dove into mirror work and honoring ourselves. And, something that came through was oftentimes, we act as those mirrors, we act as those sounding boards for other people, right? When a friend comes to us upset, or a family member or a child, and we're just there to hold space, right? And to witness, and we can reflect back to them sometimes what they're not seeing. Because when we get caught up in the mental realm, it's really hard, right, to shift perspectives. And we can only see what we see, right? And so by communicating all of this, by sharing with others, by, opening ourselves up, being vulnerable, expressing ourselves to our community, our support system, they're able to act as those mirrors to reflect back to us the things that we're dealing with, but we're not, or that need to be illuminated, things that we can't always see for ourselves. Right? And so I want you to think about a time when, you were that person, you were that mirror for somebody, right? And you probably told them, reminded them all of the amazing things that they've already accomplished, all of the amazing things, like all of the qualities and traits that they have that are their strengths, right? Everything that they're capable of doing, and just being their cheerleader and their support system, and just showering them in unconditional love, right? It's really easy to be that for somebody else. But oftentimes we forget to do that for ourselves. We forget to be the mirrors for ourselves and to treat ourselves, to give ourselves that unconditional love, to be our own cheerleaders, to champion ourselves, to remind ourselves of how worthy we are, right? Whatever it is, whatever's coming up for you, now in this moment, during eclipse season, whatever, whenever you're watching this, it really doesn't matter, right? And so, I've been diving in, and this is something that honestly, it never even occurred to me. And so, just sitting and talking to myself in the mirror. So I've been kind of exploring this practice, adding it just to like my daily list of things, to be completely transparent and honest. I don't spend a lot of time in the mirror because I have 2 young kids. And my appearance has been, I'm like, it's one thing to like get ready in the morning and brush your teeth and do your hair and all that, and you're like looking at yourself in the mirror, but that's kind of the extent of it. It's like, okay, I'm in the bathroom, there's a mirror in front of me, like I'm getting ready, throw on some makeup, whatever. Also, I needed a pick me up today. That's why I'm like, I'm feeling fancy, I'm overdressed. Had to have some fun, had to play dress up. But talking to ourselves in the mirror, actually using a mirror, sitting in front of the mirror and just reminding ourselves, right? Kind of giving ourselves a pep talk. Like, hey, you are worthy, you are amazing, you have all of these amazing qualities, and you got this, you can do this, right? Whatever it may be. It might be something different. It might be, you need to forgive yourself. You need to release blame and guilt that you're holding on to, and just holding yourself with compassion, right? And saying, it's okay, right? You're going to get through this. You've gotten through so much worse, right? And just having that honest conversation with yourself, right? But to do it in the mirror, to have that reflection, to see yourself raw and vulnerable and in your truth, right? That's what's really magical. That's what's really important. It's not getting in the mirror and like overanalyzing and critiquing ourselves, right? We're not here to criticize. We're not here to judge. There's already enough of that in the world. Being a mirror, allowing ourselves, to be that mirror for ourselves, to see ourselves for who we really are, and to appreciate and to recognize and honor all of that, is a really great and beautiful practice, especially when you're struggling with guilt, shame, blame, unworthiness, self-esteem, all of those things. And it can be really simple. It could just be a few minutes, right, in the morning, and just being like, hey, I see you today. I'm here. I'm showing up for you, whatever you need. It's okay. Give yourself what you need in that moment. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. I just wanted to keep this super short and simple, and just, kind of present this to you and let you roll with it. Right? I always say, I'm just here to guide. Like it's up to you to do the work. These are practices that I've been doing lately, and I think that they could be beneficial to you too. So yeah, felt called to share, and that's all that I have. Short and sweet this week. I am sending you so much love and respect and honor during this eclipse season, and hoping that by the time that you see this, it will all kind of have passed, or the dust will begin to settle. So sending you love. I'll see you next week.